Louis Pasteur. He was born on December 27, 1822, in Dole, France. He grew up in the town of the Arbois, and his father, Jean-Joseph Pasteur, was a tanner and sergeant major decorated with the Legion of Honor during the Napoleonic Wars. An average student, Pasteur was skilled at drawing and painting. In 1854, Pasteur was appointed professor of chemistry, dean of the science faculty at the University of Lille. There, he worked on finding solutions to the problems with the manufacture of alcoholic drinks. In 1873, Pasteur was elected as an associate member of the Academy of Medicine.
In 1854, he discovered the pasteurization after years of studying molecular asymmetry and fermentation. It all began when he was studying butyric acid fermentation. Incidentally, he discovered that the fermentation process could be arrested by passing air through the fermenting fluid, a process known today as the Pasteur effect. This led to his introduction of the terms aerobic and anaerobic to designate organisms that live in the presence or absence of oxygen.
Pasteurization consisted on boiling and cooling the liquid with the purpose of destroying all the microorganisms. He applied his knowledge of microbes and fermentation to the wine and beer industries in France, effectively saving the industries from collapse due to problems associated with production and with contamination that occurred during export. In 1863, at the request of the Emperor of France, Napoleon III, Pasteur studied wine contamination and showed it to be caused by microbes. To prevent contamination, Pasteur used a simple procedure. He heated the wine to 120 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, a process now known universally as pasteurization. Today, pasteurization is seldom used for wines that benefit from agents since kills the organisms that contribute to the aging process, but it is applied to many foods and beverages, particularly milk.
In 1855, Pasteur helped save the silk industry. He proved that microbes were attacking healthy silkworm eggs, causing an unknown disease. That disease will be eliminated if the microbes were eliminated. He eventually developed a method to prevent their contamination, and it was soon used by silk producers throughout the world.
In 1873, Pasteur was elected as an associate member for the Academy for Medicine. In 1882, the years for his acceptance into the Académie Française, he decided to focus his efforts on the problem for rabies. On July 6, 1885, Pasteur vaccinated Joseph Meister, a 9-year-old boy who had been bitten by a rabies dog. The success for Pasteur's vaccine brought him admired fame. This began an international fundraising campaign to build the Pasteur Institute in Paris, which was inaugurated on November 14, 1888.
Development of vaccine against rabies or hydrophobia was the last and the most famous success in the long career of Pasteur's research. Rabies attacked the nervous system, and it was considered a dreadful disease for its symptoms and treatment. At first, even Pasteur failed to find and isolate the germ, but with his excellent experimental method, he built an invisible microorganism to attenuate the virulence. He used the microorganism to rabbit more successfully. With his anti-rabies vacuum, Pasteur became a legend. In 1888, Pasteur Institute was inaugurated in Paris for treatment of rabies and other diseases. Louis Pasteur, the French national hero, died in 1895 at Marnes-la-Coquette.